Hello and welcome back to Ask Joe About Money. This is Joe, and today we're going to be wrapping up our series on the habits of the top 1%. Look, we've explored many different areas on what the top 1% do differently and what they do consistently. And we've talked about things such as having a good schedule, okay? Exercising every single day, meditating, okay? And other things that we've talked about. And really one of my favorite attributes of the 1% that I think is very rare, but I think is very worth our time to talk about. And that's this, is that having a long-term view. Having a long-term view. Successful people don't look at the short term, right? Because there's a certain routine that's established and the results are going to be good and they're going to be bad. And over time they even themselves out, but they don't get caught up on the wins and losses, right? Because if you're going to celebrate a win, then what happens when you have a loss, right? So having a long-term view, of course, we have to live within the day and do what needs to be done in that day. But at the end of the day, we have to look out. If you're investing in the market, do you think it would help you if you're looking at it day by day like most people do? Again, if you're not a trader by trade, you should not be looking at the market every single day because you're making an investment for long term. If you buy a business, should you be looking at what's the business bringing in on a day-by-day basis? No, you should be looking at it over the long term, because the reason why that is that making decisions based on short-term results is a mistake. You want to make those decisions based on longer term, regardless of what's happening right now, right this month, right this week, but long term. Like if the market's down 20% or the market's down 30%, yeah, in the short term, the market still may go down, but over the next 5 years, do you think the market's going to be higher than it is today? That's a good way to invest, because if you're looking at it short term, you're always going to get caught up in that fear. So you want to look at it longer term. And again, as I say with everything, all of the habits that we talk about don't mean anything if we don't have the consistency and the discipline to execute these things. We got to do them day in and day out, whether we feel like it or not. The reason why we do them is they're important and they give us results, and then they pay us back 10 times what we put into it. How I like to look at it is that if I have a habit and I'm putting an hour a day into that, guess what? I'm getting 10 times of the amount of enjoyment, 10 hours of enjoyment every single time that I do that for whatever reason, whether it's health, whether it's meditation. I get the benefit. So we know we're doing it for a reason. Stay consistent and stay disciplined. Let me look at my sticky note here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to register for the webinars. They're free and you could ask questions. My name's Joe from Ask Joe About Money, and thanks for watching.